It's Tanya and I'm here with my second Scraplift Monday, and I chose this particular page. It's from my Safari album. Yes, those are warthogs or pumbas, and they were having a fantastic mud bath and they just look so happy. So yeah, I'm really pleased that I randomly picked this one. I think a lot of these layouts that you're going to see me scraplift will have been from sketches that we did in the Facebook forum for the Hip Kit Club. I can't swear by it, but I think some of them will, so you know, I'm not claiming that the original designs were my designs. I'm just scraplifting myself, and it doesn't really matter because this is for me. I'm not posting them anywhere other than on my Instagram and YouTube, so it's all good. And yeah, these are the March Hip Kit Club kits. I'm still trying to work my way through them. The other advantage of this, of course, is the idea of using up my stash. So I'm using up my stash, I'm scraplifting myself, and just generally having a wonderful time, although I cannot for the life of me decide upon a background paper. I've also lost my photograph. So you'll see me looking for it, and I just can't understand where it's gone. I'm sure you've experienced that too, maybe not just with photographs, but you know, you put something down. It's usually scissors, isn't it? I think so. Usually I'm hunting for my scissors, and you know, you just don't know where they went. They get legs and walk. There we go, found the photograph. And yeah, I've done a lot of pages on this picnic, this birthday picnic that we went on for my husband and my daughter, but I was actually thinking about it, and I don't mind scrapbooking the same event over and over again. A lot of the time I scrapbook because for the joy of it and for the love of it, and I truly enjoy putting paper on paper and stickers and embellishments, and yeah, and I'm finding that I'm being a bit, now that my daughters are older and the one doesn't live at home anymore, although she does come back, you know, but she's at university digs, I don't get as many photographs as I used to. So I'm okay with if we go on a little journey or an event, or we just go, I don't know, randomly and decide to take photographs. I don't mind making dozens of layouts with those photographs, because it's, for me, it's a win-win. A, I'm getting to have creative play, and B, yeah, I've got nice photographs that I can scrap. So yeah, I don't know why I wanted to tell you all that. Maybe it's because I thought you might be thinking, my gosh, woman, haven't you scrapbooked enough of that birthday picnic? Actually, I don't care. You are all entitled to your opinions, and really, it doesn't bother me at all. I do this for me. So yeah, I've got that upgoing. What the heck am I talking about? I've got all those sort of randomly cut pieces of paper at the top, and I'm thinking that my photograph needs to pop a bit, and it is black and white again. Yes, I'm definitely on a black and white kick at the moment. I seem to have discovered the beauty of black and white photographs. I mean, with a black and white photograph you can have any color you like on your page. It doesn't matter at all. But yeah, I have gone back to having photos with color in a couple of other spreads. So I get bored too easily to be able to do the same thing over and over again. So you know, I'd like to mix things up a bit. But yep, back to the layout, and now I'm doing my bits of paper at the bottom and trying to decide how it's going to go. These papers are just so pretty, you know, they just work so well together. That's what I love about kits, actually. I know I'm biased because I'm on the design team, but that doesn't matter. I was a subscriber to Hip Kit Club kits for many years before I got onto the team, and I have always loved them. But she just has this beautiful ability to put papers together that just go so well, and it takes the guesswork of having to do it yourself. I'm not very good at working out what goes well with each other, so I tell you, kits are my jam, people. Definitely my jam. And I think that's the first time I've ever in my life said that phrase. My gosh, look at me going. My old age, I'm suddenly getting funky and groovy. This bit I thought was so inspired when I turned it, because wow, doesn't that look just so much better? It just really does. So I'm super happy that I decided to flip my page and do that. And I sewed around all the edges of the papers. That way it actually secures them so nicely, and also it looks pretty. So yeah, the sewing machine is best friends with me again. And I've got to say, these Maggie Holmes embellishments, I am battling with them. They're, for one thing, they are a creamy color and I prefer bright white. For another, they're enormous. You know, they're just so big. I don't know how on earth one gets them on the page. So I really, in full disclosure, am having a hard time with those, and I might even go as far as to decide not to use them on my scrapbook pages. I mean, why make life difficult for ourselves? I mean, life is pretty, pretty difficult at times on its own. Why must we complicate things by trying to use stuff which just isn't working? Oh, there we go. Scrapbooking Philosophy 101 by Tanya Hobbit. And I loved that bicycle. I thought that was inspired too. Actually, then I get my third inspiration moment, and yeah, the brain was working, even though it doesn't look like it because I can't friggin' make up my mind what I want to put on the page. So yeah, I'm faffing around, aren't I? Oh dear me. I do get it together just now, you'll see. I don't make you watch all of the humming and hawing that I tend to do. But yeah, and these, if I'm not mistaken, they're either Simple Stories or Jen Hadfield, these die cuts, and they're actually super fun. They're also a little bit big, but they are super fun, and they were very picnic themed, so they were perfect. And I do realize that that stripy spherical thing at the top is actually a balloon. I figured it was a hanging thing for the longest time. This is where I thought I was so inspired. I liked that card with the bicycle and the balloons flying behind it, and then I put that bicycle on and it just fits so perfectly, and then I cut it up. Because I like the umbrella and that trolley. I think that's just so cute, and I want to use it, and I just can't work out how to use it. And then I think to myself, okay, there we go, let's do a bit of fussy cutting, the dreaded fussy cutting. And that's what inspired me then to cut the bicycle off that little card it's on, because I wanted the balloons on the bicycle, and I didn't want the backing of the card. And I like that. So now things are starting to get together, although I am still struck by the hanging plant, and it just looks ridiculous. It's randomly hanging there for no reason whatsoever. No, it's gotta go. It does go. But we got to get some pretty flowers on first. And then, oh yes, no, not, to add insult to injury, I decide, oh, let's do some more hanging thing. Let's make that into a hanging thing. I mean, honestly, Tanya, sometimes you think your brain's working, but it really isn't. There we go. I suddenly worked out it's a balloon. Balloons are great for birthday parties. Don't know why I didn't think it was a balloon right from the start. And what's nice actually about it is it ties in with the stripe of the umbrella on the left hand side, so I like it there. And I battle a little bit with my title. I seem to be focused on that celebrate for some reason, although it goes on to layouts and then comes off again and goes on and off over and over again. But yeah, okay, now I'm just trying to think up stuff to talk about, because oh, and I did contemplate fussy cutting those butterflies out, but that wasn't going to work. And this was part of a 4x6 card. Of course, these were the March kits, so we had a March 4x6 card, and because my daughter and hubby's birthdays are in March, I thought it was perfect. And I liked the way the colours mixed and blended with all the other colours on the page. So yes. And what else can I tell you? How's life going on your side of the world? Is it good? Are you in winter? No, you're not. You're in summer, aren't you? Depending on, well, even if you're in Europe, you're in summer. And you're in summer, because Tanya, it's all the northern hemisphere. Try and get a grip, sweetie. Yeah, I'm very geographically challenged. The Aussie peeps, you guys are in winter like me. There we go. How's it going with your winters or your summers? Oh dear, I'm talking about the weather. And oh, did you see that? for some reason I keep getting these little teeny tiny crawly things that keep crawling over my layouts. It's very disturbing, and I'm sure it doesn't look very nice. Often I wonder whether you can see the flies as well. Well, not that there's lots of flies, but every now and then a fly flies into my room, and he will fly past the camera, and I think to myself, oh my gosh, do people think that I live in a fly-infested house? Actually, talking about that, we did once. Oh well, for some reason, some idiot had decided to put compost on the garden, and they didn't dig it in properly, and we had so many flies. And the most embarrassing part was that I think it was one of Jessica's friend's mums popped by for some random reason. I don't know. I mean, I'm not a very social creature, so people popping by is a bit awkward. But the worst thing was that there were so many flies that they kept landing on her. Oh dear, I didn't know where to put myself. Oh, anyway, we sorted that problem out and had to, got rid of the flies. Oh my gosh, it was awful. But no, we won't be making that mistake again with the compost, that is. But yeah, that was a bit of randomness, wasn't it? And I'm putting the 19 on here, getting back to the layout, because it goes with the shenanigans. I love that word. And did you see I spelt it backwards? I mean, wasn't that clever of me? But I wanted a bit more blue, so that's why that's there. I cut myself off there, how rude. Anyway, I just wanted to say I hope you enjoyed this. I hope you will join in with me, and if not, we can do it again next Monday. So yes, happy scrap lifting, and we'll chat again soon. Bye bye.